Hello everyone and welcome back to the final Raincoat DLC sub-stories episode. Sorry if my voice is a little bit strained there, I just drank some water beforehand, kind of went down the wrong hole. So if I'm coughing a little bit during the first 5 minutes of this episode, that's why. Anyway, in the last one we did Harlera's sub-story and I liked it quite a bit. It was back to mystery gameplay stuff, and it wasn't a cakewalk as a mystery either. It did take me a little bit to piece it all together. It's kind of fun, kind of weird, and more importantly, we got to see Harlera and Yakou interact directly, and see Harlera pet a cat and a dog. So, oh, there we go. It was one of those voice croaks thanks to the wrong hole juice drinking. Yeah, no, it was great. It was great. It was lovely. And today we are going to be doing the double whammy of the near-death detective and thank you, my detective. Yeah, we haven't seen Vivia at all in this DLC so far, so good to see him back, I guess. No, absolutely. I love me some Vivia. I loved him the whole time, and then his gumshoe cats were some of these are pretty good, some of these were eh. And then chapter 4 was eh. And then I was oh, whoa, no, never mind, he's great. Whatever, you probably watched the main series, you know my opinions on Vivia. Should we just get into it then? I think so. Vivia visits a building to investigate an unsolved case. However, the elevator leading to the roof stops, leaving them stuck inside with a woman. Trapped within the motionless box, Vivia closes in on the truth as he faces life and death. Okay, so this is going to be one where he gets to use his forte to do his investigation from inside a closed space. Okay. I mean, that is basically what happened in the main story, I guess. Different kind of enclosed space, but, Let's do it, Vivia. Let's do it. Only autosave is enabled for sub-stories. Thank you, game. I'm only going to see that one more time. And we're only going to see a couple more of these very long loading screens. I don't know if I'm ready to let go of them yet. Oh.
Death is always awaiting me upon my path. Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at my feet. Even if I manage to overcome them and make progress down that path, when I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting there. The shadows are a procession to my own funeral. To live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse. And so, I too am dying in this moment.
Just as cryptic as the usual chapter openings in a game like this.
It doesn't seem to be moving at all. And the management company isn't responding either.
Erica Mendez, is that you? I was gonna say, this is like a weird love child of Celeste and Maki. And she's even voiced by Maki. What do you know?
I guess we just have to wait. If you wait long enough, everything will come to an end. Just as there is rain unceasing, A day will come when the sun doesn't rise, and when the oceans dry up too. One day, you will die, and so will I.
Is that supposed to be a joke? How can you talk about death in this situation?
I'm not enjoying this situation enough to make light jokes about it.
I think I'd find things a bit more enjoyable if I wasn't trapped in here with you.
I mean, fair enough. He is a bit of a gloomy dude, eh?
I apologize if I've offended you. I wish to avoid all unnecessary fights.
Same goes for me. Sorry I raised my voice. I'm not used to situations like this.
Honestly, I mean, if you were, I'd be concerned. But I'd also be more I think I'd be more concerned if you were used to people like Vivia.
Nor
Ma'am.
am I. We found something we agree on.
Aren't you afraid
Afraid?
of all this? We're stuck in an elevator, hanging in midair.
Yo, she's even got the little beauty mark under her left eye. She is Marky. Yo, this is what you did after you Danganronpa V3? You're a homunculus as well, though, right? Like, you know, just saying.
What if something happens and we fall to our deaths?
I don't think I'm afraid.
What if the elevator is never fixed and we're trapped here forever?
Yeah, she's a real doomer as well, isn't she? Jesus.
Then it'll be like a coffin. I actually think it would be rather cozy. I could just sleep here until I die.
I mean, it's a fairly nice coffin, you know, ornate. There's some light in here as well.
What's with you and your death wish?
It's not like I intended to have one. It's hard to describe. Thinking of death is like breathing to me.
Do you find it fun to live like that?
Isn't that what life is all about?
What, death or having fun?
There are things that I find fun. For example, I love reading stories. For some reason, I feel more alive when I can invest in a story's protagonist. I also love gazing at the beauty found in nature. Seeing plants sway in the breeze brings joy to my heart.
So is this going to be this entire DLC? Just these two having a chat? Honestly, I mean, I'd be here for it.
You sure are a strange one.
Am I? What about you? What makes you happy?
Well, I suppose I like to observe life.
I see we're the same, you and I.
Observe life.
I used to be a nurse. I've seen many lives saved and lost at the hospital. Life should be more precious than diamonds, but some people are treated more poorly than a pebble on the road. Isn't that strange? A life is a life, so why should its value be different depending on the person?
Damn, I didn't realize we'd be, getting into some heavy topics today.
So now, whenever I look at people, I watch their lives. I wonder how valuable each life may be.
You're also kind of strange.
Am I?
Speaking of which, I didn't catch your name. I'm Vivia. Who are you?
I'm Rio.
Rio. I think we may have met before. Do you remember?
Oh, wow. Flashback within a sub-story that is also technically going to be a flashback. Now, I gotta say, though, I'm interested. I do love just listening to Vivia talk about stuff.
Hey, Vivia. Everyone else is out on a job. How long are you gonna stay there?
Until I die?
You gotta be kidding me. Do I have to pull the pieces of you out of there once you're a skeleton?
That would be quite nice of you, Chief. Thanks for the offer.
It was... God damn it.
If you have free time, why don't you help work on some unsolved cases?
Chief, do I look like I have a lot of free time to you?
I feel like you don't want me to answer that one, Vivia.
You look like you're so bored you could die. Look, just hear me out as a way to kill time. There have been a series of suspicious deaths lately. People jumping to their demise from a certain building.
Yes. I heard one of them landed on a car.
No, that's a different case, Vivia. You weren't in that one. Neither was I, actually.
The first one was over 5 years ago, and people have been periodically jumping ever since. There's been over 10 confirmed cases.
What's suspicious about that? They came across a building to jump off of when they happened to feel like dying.
Must have been a scenic view.
That's probably all there is to it.
That could be true for 1 or 2 cases, but over 10 times in the same spot? That's unusual, no matter how you look at it.
Well, I mean... You ever heard of the Suicide Forest?
Are you suggesting someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes?
We won't know until it's investigated. It'd be an absolute nightmare if someone is getting their kicks killing people and making it look like suicide.
Now that would be fucked, yes.
For the sake of the town's safety, it's not something we can ignore. That's where we come in.
There's no point in investigating it. All we will find is boring reality.
No matter how boring it is, it's still reality. There's value in finding it.
Detectives are such troublesome creatures.
Aren't you one too?
I guess I'm a troublesome creature after all.
Huh?
Don't look at me all surprised. Why'd you come here if you're no detective? Aren't you here to solve mysterious crimes and help those who are lost?
No, I thought I'd just try and get away from it all. I mean, where else? Where better is there to get away from the world than a submarine's fireplace? I mean, I personally can't think of somewhere better, but, I mean, you know, feel free to tell me. Rank top 10 places to get away
why
from.
I came to this town. I don't understand it myself. I'm not actively searching for a place to die just yet. I'm not here to be a detective searching for the truth. It's nothing so pure or sincere. The reason I came to this city was due to my impatience with living. What did I seek by coming here? What do I expect from this place?
Oh man, actually seeing him walking around. That just ain't right. I really thought he would be astral projecting right now, to be honest.
That was a woman in a red raincoat. That reminds me. The chief did mention something. Around the building where the suicides occur, a suspicious woman in a red raincoat has often been spotted.
Oh-ho!
I'm not interested in the truth, but I am interested in her. I should try to tag along behind her without being spotted.
Time to skulk. Ah, look at his little run! Oh, Vivia, you goofy little goober! Oh. You are clearly built for walking, my friend. steady wins the race. If I can walk. There we go. Have you ever wondered whether you're doing something slightly immoral? Especially if you're not actually being a detective, you're just doing it for your own curiosity. Looks like she's gone. Oh god, Vivia. I was gonna say, is he just gonna jump that, or are you gonna actually walk down the stairs? I see her. She's going up those stairs. Whee!
I see. This is the perfect building for dying.
Oh man, I hope that's not it. I want to run around with Vivia's goofy run a little bit more.
We've met before? Are you sure about that?
Well, I've met you.
I don't remember you at all. Are you sure it was me you met?
There's no mistake. You have that smell.
Ah, yes, of course. Nothing about how she looks. Or acts. No. It's her scent.
Smell?
You smell faintly of death.
What do you mean by that? That's rather rude.
Ah, well, you know, nurse.
Do you live in this building?
Yes. Why?
From what I've heard, there hasn't been anyone living in this building for a long time.
She's a spooky ghost, which we do know actually exist in this universe, mind you. So, she could be.
Who said that? Oh, was it the people around here? They probably have a grudge against this place. They say the building blocks the sun, or that it's sinking into the bedrock.
What about all the people who have fallen to their deaths from this place? Is that nothing but a groundless rumor, too?
Of course it is.
But it isn't. It's fact. Even the newspapers have articles about it. If you live here, then you must have heard about it. Many unsolved cases in the city have been completely left alone. Of course, this has nothing to do with me. I have no interest or desire to know the truth. However, I am somewhat interested in you.
Are you hitting on me?
No, but it does sound like it, doesn't it? I suppose I've been spending too much time listening to Tetsuhiko from my hiding place. Sounds a little weird, but okay.
I suppose you could take it that way.
No, alright, Vivia, okay. Steady on, lad!
I see. To be honest, I'm interested in you too. Although it's more that your life force makes me curious. It's... how do I put this? Faint. Thinner than paper. Almost as though I can see death waiting on the other side.
I could say the same about you. Sheesh. This is a hassle. I guess I'll get to the point. You killed them, didn't you?
I did it?
You lured people from the city here and pushed them off the building, making it appear like suicide. Why did you kill them? There's no benefit in it for you. For fun. You wanted to see them die? Or did you develop a special interest in the value of people's lives?
Yes, are you taking me to my death, too? Be quite interesting, but I don't know if I'm ready to go quite yet.
If so, that makes you a serial killer.
Me? A killer?
Well, Marky Roll. Yeah, actually, you kind of are, aren't you? So.
Well then, I guess that means you're trapped inside an elevator with a killer.
Strangely, I found myself in situations like this often. Whether I want it or not, death finds its way to me.
Yes, I'm stuck with serial killers all the time. All of my friends.
Well, are you gonna say like more than that? Like more than all my enemies, all my family, or something?
No, no. I only have serial killer friends.
Okay. All right then.
You're not afraid?
Afraid? No, it's more like observing from a great distance as dark clouds slowly spread out over the ocean.
I don't quite get it, but it doesn't sound joyful to me. Though, you were like this from the very beginning. Truth be told, I can tell when someone has a death wish. I sense their desire to go to the other side. Yes, you remind me of them.
The other side. Did all those you lured here feel the same way?
Lord? You're mistaken. I didn't do anything myself. I was just here.
I just hang out on the roof, and when they're there and they're a little uncertain, I give them a little final fleeting bit of confidence. And I push them off the roof, I make sure they can go through with it,
People like you happen to show up here. Then they depart to the other side on their own.
You really want to insist that you weren't involved? That all those who died came here of their own accord?
That's right. Aren't you the same way?
Me? Perhaps.
Where are we going next with this? More flashback, or? I mean, it's certainly interesting, though. It really is Vivia talking simulator, but it's interesting.
I want to die someday. And perhaps this is a fitting place for it.
The view here is nice, don't you think? That's certainly an added benefit.
I apologize, Chief. That is not what I was thinking about whatsoever.
The journey here wasn't easy, but things are just getting started. Vivia, let's save Kanai Ward. Together.
He took everyone to the same rooftop to give the little welcome here, let's save the world pep speech, huh?
That's not why I came to this city.
Right. I'm counting on you then. Wait, what did you say? Did I mishear you?
I don't care what happens to Kanai Ward, and I have no intention to obey orders from the WDO either. I just want some peace and quiet. A calming place where time will gently pass by.
What are you talking about? You're not gonna find that here. The only place you can find perfect peace is heaven. And the only ones who can reach it are the dead. Wait, don't tell me you...
Just leave me alone.
I can't do that. We need your help. Hey, Vivia!
Interesting.
I've always been able to see the dead, and what they tell me is always true. The truth has been exhausting for me, for as long as I can remember. Even when I cover my eyes and ears, their voices continue to whisper it to me. Please, be quiet. No matter how much I beg for it, the calm will never come. Where's the perfect peace? It's found in death.
Ah, there's the look. Everyone who steps into this elevator has the same look in their eyes. They want to escape reality as soon as possible. They don't care where they end up, as long as they can get away.
So what, you just like purposely break this lift every single time you come in here with someone?
This elevator will take you to your desired exit. The path to the other side.
And it's your job to see them off? You've seen so many on their way from here. It's like you are the guide to the afterlife.
So what if I am? Aren't you similar?
No, not really. I'm a little too lazy for all that.
Perhaps. That may be true. It moved.
Life is like this elevator. Once it moves, it will not stop. I can hear them.
Hey, Vivia! Where are you? Hey, Vivia! Where are you?
Damn, we can hear him from out there?
That voice.
Do you recognize it?
No.
If you have any attachments in this world, I suggest you don't depart.
Attachments. If that's the case, why did you go to the other side?
Huh?
The first of those who died was a woman wearing a red raincoat. Her name was Rio. It was written in a newspaper article.
What did I say about ghosts? What did I say, huh? What did I fucking say?
Why do you still ride this elevator, even after death? Isn't it because you're still attached to this world?
Who are you? You don't seem like an ordinary human.
Wait, is that gonna be the twist? That he's been astral projecting this whole time?
I'm a regular detective. I just happen to have one foot on the other side.
Vivia, you sly fuck.
I see. Still, you surprised me. You knew I was already dead.
I told you in the beginning, and you smelled of death.
You did.
You're responsible for stopping this elevator, using some spiritual power, or whatever. You haven't been guiding the suicidal to the roof of this building. You've been stopping the elevator in an attempt to make them reconsider.
You sure are a mean one. You knew all along.
Did you try to save them?
Yes. As I'm sure you know, I haven't been able to stop a single one. More than 10. And I've watched all of them go. That's why I think it's my fault. Because I chose this place for my own death, it's become rather famous for suicides.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if she doesn't explicitly say it, like, oh, it's my own fault, but it's like, I was gonna say, no, not for letting them go, but the fact that you did it in the first place, and technically did guide them here because of that, in your own unfortunate way. But no, okay, you're just gonna say it, Rio, okay, sure. Don't let me do any of the work.
I was just tired of living. I wanted to go somewhere far away from this place.
But you regret it.
Yes. That's why I always stop the elevator whenever someone comes here, so I can speak to them. But I've never been able to convince them otherwise. All I've done is provide some time to think things over. Everyone who comes here has claimed none would be saddened by their deaths. I've never been able to get them to recant those words.
That should be expected. After all, it is the truth. Everyone must overcome the death of others to keep on living. No one can remain in place and look back every time.
Is that so? We're almost to the roof. From here on, I can do nothing to stop this. Please listen. Even if you get to the roof, don't step out onto the floor.
Why?
Because they will try to take you. As long as you don't listen to them, you'll be able to shake it off. That's because you're here to investigate what happened, not for your own death.
I don't know about that. The moment I got on the elevator, I think I made up my mind.
No! You must be determined to survive! Otherwise they will take you!
Life and death. I fail to see the border between the two anymore. They both overlap. I can no longer tell which one is the real me.
Then please, think of the people you will leave behind! You must have some in your life. Are you really going to depart without saying farewell to them? There must be someone you'll regret not saying goodbye to.
If I had someone like that, I wouldn't be here. I have no one.
We need your help.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we're gonna spin that. There might be some people for you, Vivia. There's some people who need you.
Isn't it cool to have a detective agency in a submarine? If you ever have trouble here in Kanai Ward, just come on by. The other detectives and I will always have your back. In exchange, you better watch out for us, too.
What a pain.
If you ever need something, let me know.
I want peace and quiet.
Huh?
I want to be left alone.
There's no way I can do that. We're pals, aren't we? Vivia, you've barely eaten a thing since you came here. You're looking kind of emaciated.
I'm eating well enough.
Vivia, that's a book.
That's not for eating, that's for reading.
Same thing.
How could they be the same thing? Do you hate the food in this town or something?
Oh, well, he probably should.
The hotel restaurants offer lots of different choices. I'm sure you'll find something you can eat. All right, today's my treat. Let's go get dinner at a restaurant.
Why bother with all that trouble? I wish you'd leave me alone.
I can't do that. I may not look it, but I can be pretty persistent. You told me one thing, so now I have to do the opposite. That's just how I am. That's what made me the detective I am today.
Snarky little laugh there, Yakou.
Don't wish for death! At this rate, you'll be taken away! They're growing stronger. Each new one makes them more formidable. They will even take hold of the living. We've arrived. They're coming.
So death awaits me here.
Don't go any further! They aren't moving. It's almost as though they haven't noticed you.
I thought so. They're only able to take away the living.
Then you're also...
I'm the same as you all. I'm a ghost.
No way!
Yeah, wow. A little bit different, but...
However, in my case, my body still lingers in this world.
What does that mean? Who are you?
I've already told you. I'm an ordinary detective. I just happen to have one foot on the other side. I decided to come here in my ghost form to try talking to you. And thanks to that, I can't be dragged out of here.
Really? I don't quite understand, but you sure are a mysterious person.
I wouldn't mind walking away on my own, but I refuse to let someone take me away from here. That is not the peace I desire.
So you've reconsidered?
There is no need for you to be imprisoned here. I think your atonement has been fulfilled. Isn't it about time you sever your attachments here?
No. I want to remain behind. I need to ensure they don't take anyone else who comes here. Not everyone is as strong as you are.
You know, actually, no, I am curious. I don't remember the exact time frame for the homunculi stuff. Like when everyone fucking died. So I actually don't know if if Rio is a homunculi or not, or the ghost of one. Like how it was like 5 years ago that she killed herself. Don't remember the time span for the stuff that's happening in this sub-story, let alone stuff that I last saw like 5 months ago.
I'm not strong at all. I've just grown used to death. Also, will the elevator move again? Or is it stuck on the roof?
Yeah, until someone pushes the button.
Vivia! Are you there?
That's Chief Yakou.
Oh my god!
He's not here? Damn it. I'm at the wrong place. I thought he'd come here to investigate. I'm so exhausted.
He took the stairs all the way to the roof to chase after the elevator.
He must have been worried about you. I've watched over 10 people depart, but he's the first one I've seen come looking for the dead. You have a place you can return to. Perhaps that's the difference between us.
Honestly, I don't care for all the noise. I'm rather envious of your world.
However, if you have a place to return home to, you should.
Home, huh? I find myself hesitating. I don't know which path I should take.
Isn't it obvious?
Hey, Vivia! Where did you go?
Please, go back to him. I'm sure he's waiting for you to return.
Come on, Vivia, where are you? Just hanging out under the stairs or something? Awkwardly long loading screen.
Vivia! I was looking all over for you.
No, it's just hanging out outside.
You had such a solemn look on your face when you left, so I had a hunch. What happened?
I got a bit lost.
Getting lost at your age? Then again, you didn't come to this city that long ago, so I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay. Let's go back to my awesome agency office.
Death is always awaiting me upon my path. Like trees neatly lining the roadside, casting dark shadows at my feet. Even if I manage to overcome them and make it to the end of that path, when I turn around, the cruel truth is waiting there. The shadows are a procession to my own funeral. To live means to continuously die. Every human is nothing but a walking corpse. And so, I too am dying in this moment. However, as long as I continue to travel this path, I may enjoy some peaceful scenery. Beyond the truth. Perhaps the peace I desire can be found there.
There we go. The Near-Death Detective. End. Yeah, definitely the shortest one we've had. I mean, I can be like, oh, whoa, Erica Mendez, I was right. No, obviously. She's got a very distinctive voice. Yeah, so I was actually going to say, like, you know, back on that pricing thing that I was talking about last episode. But, I mean, this one did come packaged with the final Yakou one as well. So you actually might technically end up getting the most bang for your buck with the Vivia Yakou one, despite the fact that I'm almost certain that the Yakou one's also going to be very short. Well, I say very short. Vivia's is only like 10 or so minutes shorter than the other ones. And it is also just pretty much dialogue. Aside from getting to run around like a goofy little goober, but you know, that was the best fucking one. That was... I think I nearly cried like 3 times in there. Again, just like the Hollera one, it paid up on the relationship with one of the detectives with Yakou. But man, Vivia's relationship with Yakou, that makes chapter 4 so much worse. So much fucking worse. Oh my god. I mean, that's really what was getting me, right? Just cast it. I mean, like, you know, for my own, like, anime flashbacks. As soon as we were going through that shit, I'd just get, like, the flash of, like, the quick time event bit in the Mystery Labyrinth, where Vivia's, like, standing in front of Yakou and he's coming at you with the box cutter. Oh, man. That was so good. But even beyond that, just getting a little bit of, just getting a little more introspection on Vivia as a person. Wow. Wow! Just... Holy shit, man. Holy shit! Okay, let's not dilly-dally too long, though. Because there is one more left to be done. A voice calls out to Yakou as he walks in the darkness. Sweet but somber, it reminds him of that day. Come on. Show it to me. Only autosave is enabled for sub-stories. It's the final ones. Final set of very long loading screens as well. I mean, the extra ones were extra long and awkward because I had nothing to say. I was just like jaw on the floor, tear ducts sweltering. I see. I had a feeling. I had a feeling this was maybe not actually this far, but I had a feeling this was going to be a post-death thing. Sweet but somber. I kind of, you know. I mean, we'll see.
Darling.
Yep. No, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Yes, I'm Yuma! Chief, you understand me?
I really don't want to say anything for these, you know? I kind of just want to let it happen.
Don't worry, I'm the ultimate master detective. I won't cause any trouble for you.
Dude, this one's gonna make me fucking cry as well, isn't it? Don't do this to me!
That depends on the payment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, these flashes from the DLC, it's kind of awkward that Fubuki didn't have a single interaction with him, but it's fine. It's whatever. Just... Okay, well, that's kind of funny.
Darling.
You're about to show me Vivia, aren't you?
Chief, please stay with us.
Oh no, oh no! Take me back to chapter 4! No! Don't do it! Oh, I can feel it coming. Oh, I can feel him coming.
I got a bit lost.
Yeah, a little awkward that Fubuki didn't interact with him at all in the DLC, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
We haven't grown up at all. I've been waiting for you, my darling.
Thank you, my detective. Thank you indeed. Fuck you, Yakou. Fuck you, you bitch. Oh, oh man. "5 years ago.
I'm sorry, but I quit.
Oh, wait! I promise I'll figure out some way to pay you by tomorrow. Please wait just another 2 days. No, a week. Wait for another week, please.
Yeah, he just does not look right without the glasses and the big coat.
It's not about the money. Take a look at this town. Everything's changed. Nobody wants detectives here.
That's not true. The place has grown so big, it's just harder to see those in trouble.
God, it is really weird to see this place without all the rain and the gloom, though.
There are many people in need of our help.
Where are they then? We haven't had a single customer for a month. If there's any trouble, just ask Amaterasu. They do everything, right? Why bother hiring a detective?
But this is our town. If we don't protect it, who will?
Our town? How long will you keep dreaming? This place belongs to Amaterasu now.
But we promise we protect this town together.
But protected from what? Let the peacekeepers handle it. I hear that Amaterasu pays them pretty well. I'm hoping they'll interview me there soon. Yakou, I feel bad saying this, but you should quit being a detective and find a proper job.
Get a real job, Yakou. Yeah, get a real job.
What, you think this gig isn't proper?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I think you're out of your mind. Listen, you leave me alone from here on out. I don't want you dragging me down when I try to join the Peacekeepers.
It's alright, man. Fuck you, too.
Hey! I'm all alone now.
Hey there, Chief. Oh man, is this the second time in the span of a week that I'm about to get the shit kicked out of me? Well, not in like a week, but in terms of like, you know, fourth wall, meta stuff.
When are you gonna pay your rent?
Sorry, I'm gathering the money for that right now.
You said that last week!
Damn it, and here I thought I might get away with not getting punched out.
If you can't get me the money by today, I'll sell this place off to Amaterasu like I first planned. They'll pay a lot better than renting it out to you.
I understand. I'll do something about it today.
Oh yeah, I feel like he said this right at the start of the game, right? This used to be the detective agency. The old building he always takes everyone to.
Actually, could you wait until the end of the month?
Not a chance!
Damn, it's rough, Yakou.
Jeez.
Are you with the Nocturnal Detective Agency?
Yes?
I'm looking for this person. I'll put a down payment of 100,000. If you find the target and bring her to me, it'll be 1 million.
I see she's wearing his glasses.
How about it?
A million? I'll do it. Please give me this job.
The woman currently works at a lab for Amaterasu Corporation.
Amaterasu again. That's annoying.
Is there a problem? If so, I can find someone else.
No, there's no problem. Yeah, screw Amaterasu, am I right?
Wonderful. Contact me once you find that woman.
Yeah, is this about to get, like, extra unfortunate that Yakou kind of, like, played a part in her death? Because I feel like that can't quite be accurate, considering that they seemingly haven't even met at this point. Like, I assumed they were together for a little while.
Understood.
It turns out they were together for 2 days before she died. And yet they fell madly in love in those 2 days. That was the best 48 hours of anyone's life.
Just for my reference, what do you do with the gal once I find her?
You'd be better off not getting too nosy.
Okay, yeah, no, Yakou played a part in this, it seems.
$1 million covers 6 months worth of rent. Luck is back on my side. I better start on the job right away.
Man, this is one of those times where it's like, man, I kind of wish I'd maybe not replayed the game, at least maybe watched someone else's Let's Play beforehand, right? Just to catch myself back up on some of these timeline stuff, bits and pieces, but oh well, it is what it is. How could I have known, right? Man, she looks like a real hipster in that turtleneck and with those glasses. And like, is it regular rain right now?
Excuse me.
Is between now and then everyone been turned into homunculi?
What nice weather we're having.
It's raining?
Oh, I like the rain.
Oh my. Oh, this fucking guy. I love him.
Fine, here's the truth. I'm a detective. Someone hired me to search for you.
Ah, got it. I think I know why. I probably know your client, too. So, are you going to contact him? I'll go right now if you want.
I can't tell who voices her. Her voice sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know if I can... I definitely can't place it. I don't know, maybe I'm just deluding myself into believing that I even know who this is.
Wait! Damn it. What am I doing? I should have just called the client right away. Who is my client? He didn't seem like the usual sort.
Yakou, you're looking kind of insane there with your little small beady eyes and your big grin.
I work as a detective because I want to protect the city. I can't work for him if he's a criminal or something. Even if he's my client. Are you laughing? Hey, I'm dead serious about my job.
Sorry, I was just contemplating how your head must be full of rust.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you should.
It wasn't one. Well, I suppose an antique has its own charms.
Antique?
I'm not that old. Not yet.
Your client is from our lab's rival organization. He's probably a headhunter. It's not uncommon. I get offers like this all the time. Some try more forceful methods, such as hiring a detective.
Oh, because you're a researcher at Amaterasu.
Okay, so this is different then. It's not the oops, moida.
That's right. To be honest, it's not that great of a place. My boss is an ass, and my colleagues are all depressed.
Actually, that wouldn't even make sense, would it? Because she works at the same lab that the old dude, whose name Dr. Wesker, was it? Huesca? No, it was Huesca, not Wesker. Well, I mean, they pronounced it Wesker, but it was Huesca. Yeah. They worked at the same lab. They wouldn't need a detective to figure out who she is.
When their own research doesn't go well, they yell and throw mugs at me. Just the other day.
Oh, I love the sound of workplace abuse.
Anyway, If my research is successful, it'll open a whole new field in regenerative medicine.
Oh
It's
yeah?
still ongoing, but so far, it can repair nerve cells by simply ingesting medication. Do you understand how incredible that is? Do you see?
Yeah, I don't know about all this. Are you really supposed to tell me what you're researching? Shouldn't that stuff be kept secret? I'd really love to avoid getting dragged into a weird mess.
Oh no. Well, whatever. Just make sure you don't tell anyone else. You should be good at that if you're a detective, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, Yakou's good at keeping a lid on things. Totally.
Of course.
Well, then, will you also keep quiet about where I am?
Yes, of course. Wait, hold on. You're asking me to lie to my client? That's entirely different.
How so? You could just say you never found me.
This is my job. It'd be one thing if he was a criminal or something, but a headhunter... There's no reason for me to keep quiet. My livelihood is on the line. A million is on the line.
Yeah, man, I got it. Look, Ren's hard, man. Look, you may be a pretty lady, and I may like your glasses, but...
And I say I don't like it. Can't you respect my wishes? I live in this town. You said you wanted to protect us, so why don't you start with protecting me?
Well, hold on.
Nah, she's using that quick wit against you, Yakou.
I work for Amaterasu because I'm from this town. I wanted to stay here, so I chose to work for them. I don't want to go anywhere else. If you're from around here, then you should feel the same way.
You were born here as well?
Will you really sell me out for some cash? Or will you protect your fellow citizen, born in the same town? Which part is your real work, Mr. Detective?
I knew I shouldn't have spoken with her. After hearing all that, is there any possible way I could sell her out? Is that something a detective would do? All right, I'll leave you be. But you said you're not happy at your current workplace, yeah?
Yeah, you wanna come be a detective?
In that case, I think you should really consider his offer.
No matter what comes my way, I have no plans to change my mind. I love this town.
And I feel like Amaterasu probably has some, well, some of the equipment that this place wouldn't have. Although, what was it? I forget exactly how it went, right? Because Amaterasu was competing with someone else. But wasn't it the unified government, not some other, just, like, business? For, like, the regenerative homunculi stuff?
Yeah. I also love this place. It's why I work as a detective.
Damn it! My million!
Oh, well, this is gonna be awkward.
You're...
I found you.
Watch out!
Fucking hell!
Get out of here now! That's not the sort of headhunting I'd imagined.
Yeah, don't quit right now, Yakou.
I won't let you have your way in this town. I'm the only Detective Kanai Ward's got. You got that?
Incredible how he doesn't drop his cigarette either. I mean, that was a little more than awkward, to be honest. You know, I'll be honest, I didn't expect the gun to get whipped out. I'll put my hands up. I didn't expect that.
Guess this is the last chance I'll have to enjoy the scenery.
Yikes, yeah, I was gonna say, I could see if your face was a bit dirty there, Yakou. Just gonna say you didn't look so good, but, yeah, you really don't look so good.
Ow.
I heard your detective agency was here. Are you okay? You're hurt.
Do I look okay to you?
Good question.
I'm hurting all over thanks to you. I lost my pay, and now I'm being forced to cover the damages to that cafe.
Hey, what were you gonna... That's bollocks. That old guy with the gun should be the one paying the toll. Probably has his fingers up some government buttholes, but still.
All my friends are gone. I have nothing left.
Well, I'm sorry.
Why are you here? The client's long gone. I have no business with you.
Why do you insist on being a detective? Even if you're doing it for the city's sake, aren't you getting tired of it?
When I was a kid, I'd gather with all the neighborhood kids and play detective. I loved it. I made matching badges for my friends and we went around patrolling. I was so proud to wear it on my chest. I let it get to my head. I said our group of detectives would protect this town. It's been decades. But I still can't bring myself to lie to my childhood friends. Kanai Ward is going through some major changes. All the more reason why we need detectives here. So, I've decided to continue being the only one.
You haven't grown up at all.
That's...
Thanks for protecting me earlier. You know, more people may be coming after me. So I'd like to make you an offer, Mr. Detective. How would you like to work as my bodyguard?
Isn't that interesting?
I knew this day would come. Thank goodness for my research. This medicine can regenerate nerve cells. It's still in development, but I suppose I can leave a sample behind. It might be completed if someone takes over my research. It may even regenerate zombified brain cells. Look at you. Protecting me. Thanks, my sweet detective. You've done well. If the medication doesn't help, maybe you'd feel better if you saw me again, hmm?
Thank you, my detective. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if I did know his lady friend's voice actress. Yeah, sort of as expected, right? That was a very, very short one to cap us off with. What do you know? Starting and ending the week with Yakou. Man, that one was also quite good. Very, very different, but... Because, I mean, it was basically just a glorified, cutscene. that I paid money for, but... Man. Yeah, those two were really good. They were really good. And that kind of... I mean, the way that ends... I mean, yeah, there is sort of like this... To a certain extent, how much of that was real and how much of that was hallucination, but that does, if it isn't entirely hallucination, that does bring together like kind of a resolution to one of the hanging plot threads was, that. Yeah, sure, we might, Amaterasu's kind of, it's going to break its walls down, it's going to be honest with its people about, being homunculi. But there was still, like, an entire area of just rabid zombies that were just, there. And this does open up the possibility that there's... that there's a real cure could be made for this sort of stuff, at least to some extent. It'd be one of those things where you'd have to, like, because it regenerates zombified brain cells, right? So it's like, every time they died, they'd have to, like, be another dose would have to be given to them. But, hey, still, a cure's a cure, you know what I mean? It's a little more satisfying than just the, oh yeah, they just love ramen kind of thing, But yeah, no, I mean, really the value of that's just, like, that emotional gut punch, right, from Yakou. That fucker. Oh, I love him. I love him, I love Vivia, I love Halora, I love Fubuki, I love Tetsuhiko. Fuck me, man! This game's so good! I love this shit. Like... Oh, man. I know that there are some people who are not a huge fan of this game. Here and there, I occasionally get, from a couple of the comments I've had from this series. I've also got the I've kind of got that. Beyond just, like, general vibes, I know that, there are a lot of people who do really like this game, but there are also a lot of people who don't, and I know, somewhat unfairly, I think, I did kind of peg that when I first played the game on... just people wanting Danganronpa 4, and this wasn't Danganronpa 4, so people were like, man, this sucks. Kind of the same thing that happened with Danganronpa S, right? Like, I played Danganronpa S, granted not to the full extent, the truly psychopathic extent that I played the original Talent Development Plan to, and I was like, I heard a lot of people really didn't like S, and, like, it is different, right? You can tell that it's written by different people. But I still thought a lot of it was really good. Yeah, the Ultra Despair Girls inclusions were probably the weakest part. There were some good conversations with them here and there, but, like, the different take on some of the older characters, I thought was, like, the strength there. And I don't know, maybe people didn't, like, see that. They were just there for the Ultra Despair Girls content, or... they just wanted to go for their favorites, and maybe their favorites weren't always the best. Like, from Danganronpa S, like, one of those standouts for me was Sayaka, of all people. I really enjoyed her scenes. Whereas, like, I don't know, there was someone who was, like, a mainstay. It was like, like, they were bad, but I wasn't as blown away by them as I felt that I should have been. But that was like a year ago. Year and a half ago, maybe. I do not fully remember that, so I will refrain from commenting. But, you know, same with Raincode, right? Like, I kind of put that on them, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I do think there are, like, some genuine flaws with this game. And even beyond that, I think there are some, you know, just subjective things that I might like, but other people don't. You know, I see that, but, like, I'm sorry, man. I really like this game, and I do... Honestly, I really do hope that there's another Raincode one day. I really do. And, like, I talked about this back at the end of the main playthrough. I forget exactly what I said, but I know I've, like, thought about this afterwards as well. Like, I don't know if I want Yuma back. Again, like, I like Yuma, but I don't know. I don't know if I want him back as the protagonist. I think if we follow through with, like, this cast, I think I'd probably want it as with Kurumi as the main protagonist. Because I feel like, you know, as, like, one of the main cast who is not a detective, Kurumi does kind of get shafted. Because, like, all the other main characters got DLC. She gets fucked! Well, she doesn't get fucked, because, you know, she's going to look for Yuma. Haha. But, you know, comparatively, she gets very little, despite also being a member of the main cast, and realistically, probably the one who needed fleshing out the most. Like, you know, I like Kurumi, but, you know, she's probably my least favorite member of the main cast. I know I say that that's Fubuki, but to be perfectly honest, that's kind of because, to a certain extent, I don't count Kurumi as part of the main cast. I count her as part of a supporting cast. But, you know, she could have, like, a Toko thing, where she goes from being, like, an important side character in Dangan 1 to one of the main characters in Ultra Despair Girls. I could see something like that. And, you know, knowing Kodaka and his team, I feel like the four detectives from here, I don't foresee them ever being, like, main characters again, but I could see them making, like, guest appearances and, like, little fan servicey things, you know, a la Makoto, Kyoko, and Byakuya in Dangan 2. Makoto and Byakuya in Ultra Despair Girls. I guess Toko counts as that as well, but, you know, she was a main character in that game, so it's like, eh. Everyone being back in V3. You know, stuff like that. I could see them doing that, but I don't think this cast would be back to be main characters again, and you know what? I'm perfectly happy with that. I am perfectly happy with all of the detectives as is here. Yeah, sure. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I kind of would have liked a bit more for Fubuki. If anyone does come back for, like, a bigger role in the future, I would be more than happy with Fubuki being that role. I feel like Kurumi and Fubuki could be a Kamaru and Toko type thing, you know? Where they end up making, like, for a surprisingly really good duo. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there'd be, like, the cheap, haha, Yuma harem joke. Which, I mean, realistically isn't. You know, I mean, I kind of said my piece about Fubuki. You know, overexpose myself there with during the Gumshoe Gabs episode, but you know, I mean, I'm sure they'd still make the joke, right? If not make, you know, turn Fubuki into more of a joke. Haha, she's ignorant. Haha. Yeah, no, because, you know, her whole thing, as I said, is that she's kind of like the rookie of the squad, right? She's the least detective of the detectives. She's got a lot to learn, literally, because she's dumb as bricks. Or dummy thick, I should say. Ah, sorry. Just saying dummy thick brought that back and, oh, dummy thick. She's also hilarious. What can I say? She's so charmingly stupid as well. Like, there are some characters who are infuriatingly dumb. Cough, cough, Akane. But, like, Fubuki's like charmingly stupid, and I'll give that Hook DLC that credit. It did show her as like, you know, she is intelligent enough to be one of these master detectives. Even if she is, you know, stupid. But like, you know, Desuhiko and Hallara, you know, being supportive of her. Clearly she is supposed to be a rookie. Everyone knows that she's stupid, it's not just a joke. You know, there's a little more to it, I suppose, I should say. It's more than just a one-note gag. Sorry, kind of got off topic there to talk about the other DLCs. The Vivia and Yakou ones, really good, really simple. Again, like, both of them were basically just cutscenes that I paid £4 for. But, but, no, man, no, they were really good. The Vivia one, the Vivia one was the best one. It so perfectly hit that, emotional note of just, like, giving something extra to his relationship with Yakou. Which was already, like, it wasn't really his relationship with Yakou that made Chapter 4 so ouch, right? Like, yes, it was the loyalty that Vivia had for Yakou that made it hurt quite a lot. But we hadn't really seen that be built up, right? So to go back here and really see, like, where that could stem from. And this was the same with Hallara as well, right? They respect him in different ways, but they do respect him. And I guess that's kind of why Fubuki doesn't interact with him, right? She's just one of those people who would respect him no matter what, because she's just an overly loving person. Like, yeah, no, that was so good. And, like, the Yakou one, completely unnecessary. Didn't need it at all. They did not need to make it. And yet they did. And it's just... It was nice. It was nice. It didn't do too much. It didn't do too... Like, it didn't do not enough. It wasn't one of those things... You know, when I say they didn't need to make it, it was like, we would have been fine, I think, with these detective-y not self-insights, but, like, you know... Well, I guess, sure, self-insights into, like, the surviving four. And then, sure, we could just deal with, like, the free Yakou light novel or whatever, right? But the fact that they gave us that little flashback just to see him back then when he met his missus. And to, like, give us that little extra something about the, about where we could go from here with, like, the medicine she made, right? Like, that's good! That is a good use of DLC! To give us that little extra stuff that's not necessary, but is nice. You know, I don't think this, like, completely fixes some of the hanging plot threads that are there in the ending, right? Doesn't, like, completely remedy them. But it, you know, it gives a little something extra to them, right? And I like that. I think that's good. Yeah, God, I don't know, man. I really don't have anything else to say about these ones. The Vivia's one in particular is, like, it's really good, but I feel like I'd have to sit there and really, like, fully analyze every fucking line of that one to tell you why it is so good. God damn, Vivia, man. They really put everything into making Vivia just the GOAT. Yeah, I really like these DLCs. Again, I think we could debate back and forth over whether the price point is worth it. But hey, I do not regret buying this shit at all. This was fan-fucking-tastic. And a great way to welcome myself back to recording Let's Plays for a little bit. Oh, man. God, that's still kind of feel that in my chest, you know? That Vivia stuff, the start of the Yakou one. Oh, man. Man, yeah, God, and you know what? I know Yuma did get his reprised one line there at the end, but something that I did quite like is that as much as I like Yuma and Shinigami, these DLCs proved that all of the characters could stand on their own. Arguably, Desuhiko was better without Yuma, right? But, yeah, no, oh man. These were so good, and honestly, I'm really... You know, I kind of went on my little, man, what's the future of Raincoat? I want there to be more, because I really want to come back to this. I feel real melancholic about this all being over. You know, I could go away from it before and just be like, oh yeah, I'll be back for the DLC. It's like, yeah, the game's over, but it's fine, I know I'll be back. And now it's done. Like, there is actually, I do know this, there is actually other, like, light novel, manga content, same as there is for Danganronpa, right? For Raincoat, I think there's 2 or 3 that are out already, that are, like, supplementary material. One of which is, like, a 4-coma comic strip type thing, and I've seen a couple of those. They're quite charming, actually, I will say. Yeah, no, I really would like another Raincoat game. Doesn't have to star this cast, really doesn't. You know, if you want to do a Kurumi game, go for it. I'd be more than happy to see it, but if we just have a completely different thing in the same universe, I think I'd still be down. I would really still be down. You know, I don't know, maybe they'll go the route of the Shinigami is like the thing that continues throughout the entire series, and it's like, we'll see her bond with different detectives every single time, and, you know, it'll be different every single time. Her relationship with them will change. Maybe she'll view the world a little bit differently after all these, you know, because, I mean, Shinigami herself does kind of end on a really kind of sad note, to be honest. But, nah, there's enough of that. I've already been over my next plans at the start of this series, but I'll briefly go over them again. If you want to stick around for Let's Plays, hey, maybe give, you know, Atelier Riser 2 is the next one that I'm going to do, and that rhymed. So, hey, if you've never played an Atelier game, it's nothing like these games. They're very chill. Very chill, very relaxed RPGs with potion making as, like, part of the main... It's not really potion making, but it feels like that. As, like, the main other gameplay mechanic. It is completely different, but it is, you know, it's nice and chill. Probably more so to play than to watch, to be perfectly honest. I feel like that's part of the reason it didn't, like... Riser did extra poorly as a Let's Play. But, that's besides the point. But if you want more of me rambling like a lunatic, weekends we're gonna have Fire Emblem Iron Man's resuming, Binding Blade, you know, very long ones. I am sorry. But, you know, it is what it is. It's gotta get done. And yeah, maybe, just maybe, we'll be back for something else Tokyo Games in the future, eh? Maybe, but, we'll have to see how that goes. And of course, if you guys want to see it, you know? I only, you know, I do play some games you want to see, I play some games that I want to play, so, you know, we'll see. We'll see. But thank you so much for watching, and if you made it through the whole series... Hey! Look at you! Can't believe you did that. Really? Why? Why would you do that? Me? I mean, I'm flattered, but... Oh, you... Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, I guess, as much as I loved doing it. Aside from the time I got one guide in, like, the first episode who said, yeah, you seem really annoying. I feel like he probably didn't make it through to the end. I'll say that. But I hope to see you in another series, another time. And until then, goodbye.